New day today. You can see, spent all day yesterday and this morning stacking the firewood. Look at that, nice and clean. Got the bike next to it, all set up, ready for winter. Still gonna need to tarp it. Was trying to leave myself some room, but definitely cut the gap a little tighter than I thought. So we'll just have to roll with it and see how we can get back there. Now I'm just gonna take some time, remove all the bolts from the back fender, and slowly start pulling this thing apart and figuring out next steps. Got all the bolts out, and then come over here. Figured it'd be easier to take it off from the bracket. And this side's welded on. So, I don't know, we're gonna try and get it out with this screw that looks pretty marred up. So, hopefully we can get it. Sprayed some PB Blaster on it, and we'll go from there. Got these screw extractors. And you could see how that went. And need to order some new hardware. Alright, we got the back fender off here. Doesn't look too bad. Could use a good little cleaning. Probably just remove this just so it's out of the way. Got the carb, the back of the boot off there. So now I'm just gonna try and follow through on some cables. The injection system, the tank's cracked. You can see right here, it's having a hard time focusing. There you go. Well, the tank is cracked right there. So I think I'm just gonna delete it altogether. The previous owner was pre-mixing. So I'm just gonna do the same thing. Went ahead, got the silencer off. Good tip, I always just thread the bolts back in where they belong. Got all the plastic bolts in, the silencer bolts. Just a little tip that helps me. I don't know if it'll work for you, but figured I'd put it out there. Next, just gonna snip the line here and go ahead and get everything removed for the injection pump. Went and pulled the wires out. More of a note for myself, but the two cleaner ones were for the injection pump, and I believe these two were for the brake light. As you can tell, no brake light on this rig, but I'm planning on getting one for it. Next, what I'm thinking is I am gonna pull the gas tank. Why? Unnecessary to get the motor, obviously, but I just want to remove it because I'm looking to make everything as clean as possible, clean it all up. So while it's all apart, figured it'd be the best idea. You're gonna need new bars. I mean, yeah, maybe I can like rattle can them, but I don't know. These ones are kind of bent up. This one's good. You can tell it probably rolled and bent those backwards a little bit. Next I'm pulling off the back caliper here. When I do these projects, I just kind of wing it. I don't really watch like a video beforehand on how to do stuff and whatnot. So I was trying to mess around with the brake line here. You can see it running back up to the front. Just trying to get it removed, but again, I just kind of wing stuff here. And I couldn't get it out, so I'm just gonna remove the caliper and swing it all out of the way while I figure out how that system works and hopefully buy me some slack. Yeah, the gas tank is still on. Haven't pulled it off. Just gotta disconnect that fuel line. But I don't feel like snugging myself in that little corner over there. So, gonna do the plug next. Alrighty, loosened up the plug. Let's see what we got. Pulled the fuel line. Petcock is out. Next is the carburetor. Got the carb off. Went ahead and just did it from the top. I don't know if that's the proper way, but again, just here winging stuff. Trust me, I won't be winging it when we do the rebuild. I'll have the manual and everything, but just for now, disassembly, not the end of the world if it comes off. Maybe the not so proper way. Never fails to amaze me how simple quads are. You got your wiring harness from here, and like a bunch of little wires. all the way up to the front, and there's not even that much up there. Minimal technology. I mean, yes, it's from 1999, but I just love how simple it is. I'm not a big wire guy, so any easy wiring I can do, I can do. So, especially if something happens on this, is nice and simple. I might be able to figure it out for once. Got that breather hose right there, the dirty wire one. Runs all the way up the side and everything. I'm just gonna do one of these. Whoop. Oh, it's a little harder than I thought. Boonk. Just for simplicity of pulling it out. I tried disconnecting it, but I can't get it. I almost want to say I'm kind of creeped out how loose this was. I thought I was gonna have to break out the extension cord in this. Oops, slipped off. But thought I was gonna have to break out the extension cord in the impact for the bolt here, but no, it's coming out nice and easily. So, oh, that's a good sign. Got the bolt off. Came off with a nut and a washer. Again, came off surprisingly easy, but I know we still gotta punch it out. So anything's possible. We could be stuck dead in our tracks here. Oh yeah, she coming out. Good news. Definitely gonna need some anti-seize on that thing when we put it back in. Breaking out the long screwdriver. I don't have any punches, so breaking out the long flathead, and we're gonna punch it the rest of the way through. Did this mount now? Figured I'd maybe stop on this one. Make sure everything else is loosened up, because I don't want to start kinking stuff sideways and then I can't get other bolts out and have to put stuff back in. Most bottom mount check. Should be almost there. All the mounts are out. You can see the top one, the bottom one, this one here. I think I have the stator wires to disconnect, and then I believe we're good to pull. These 4 wires went to the stator. You can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, all OEM connectors. You can see down in the motor, or by the into the reeds there. Pretty interesting. Gonna have to pull the reed cage off and check everything out, see how it's going. I did forget about the clutch cable. So when I was pulling it out, I just quickly popped this straight up and then detached it. So yeah, motor's out. Definitely looks a lot smaller outside of the quad. I knew it was a small motor, but tiny. I think next, just for some simplicity, just gonna pull the shock off, as I didn't really calculate this in my head that was gonna happen. So I'm gonna pull the shock off, just so it's not under any weird tension or anything. And yeah. Current state of everything. Just push the wheels off to the back for now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna remove the grab bar next, and then maybe take a gander at the wiring harness and everything. But we will continue to pick away here, and hopefully someday this thing will be back together. I would expect this process to be a very slow process. I haven't even ordered a kit for it yet. I am waiting to pull the head off here, because I want to measure it and see if it's stock bore. The last owner told me that he did something to it, or he said the previous guy before him says it was 240 board. But I don't know, we'll see. I kind of hope not. I hope it's just stock. Just kind of want to keep it that way. But if it is 240 board, maybe we'll think about next steps for machining. And brought out the old rattle can here. Just some black paint, rubberized, undercoat type. Just figured I'd spray it on, just see. Kind of in the idea. This rattle can and the whole thing black. And I think that's gonna be the plan. Just something easy for now. I'll clean it up nice and good. Just something that'll last a few years, and then maybe once it's time for rebuild number 2, because I, 2-stroke life, I'm thinking then I'll send it out, powder coat it. Just like I mentioned, kind of an economy build here. Just kind of doing it like a any-day home lifer. I mean, that's really what I am. I don't have like an income coming in specifically for working on this. I don't have any partnerships or anything. Just looking to get a quad from the 90s back to its glory. A blaster that I've always been interested in. Just want to get it back to a condition that's usable and cared for. So I think that's just kind of how we're going to roll with things. And just so you guys know, it's going to be a very slow process. I don't expect really to have this thing back up until like Christmas time, maybe even New Year's. I mean, just waiting on parts alone. The Wiseco kit said it will be about, I think it said like 4 to 6 weeks. And then if I really am going to go with that exhaust, it said like another 6 weeks on their website. So it's all just with time and patience, but we'll get there. And I'm going to keep slowly producing videos. Like, obviously, can still tear down the motor and everything while we wait. But keep you guys updated as things progress here.